go. Super Bowl 60 is underway. Seahawks defense has been just unstoppable today.
Defensive ass kicking on an offense that has really no answer for what they do.
Sam stops, looks, throws, got a man wide open. Touchdown, Seahawks!
I'll match us up against anybody.
They're the best in the world. Defense wins championships.
And now they can taste it. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60. They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
After his fifth stop, Sam Darnold could finally host that Lombardi Trophy. In an article by Ben Solak on ESPN.com, there are about 10 teams who need a quarterback on their roster for 2026 in this upcoming season. Their draft class, not the strongest when it comes to quarterbacks, so a lot of these teams will be looking to trade or pick up during free agency. Mike Tannenbaum, is there a quarterback that could make an impact the way Sam Darnold did this year with the Seahawks?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's Kirk Cousins. I think he's somebody that, even at 38 years old, another year off of an Achilles injury, and believe it or not, a place where I think it makes a lot of sense is the New York Jets. And let me tell you why. If I'm a quarterback, and first thing I think about is, can I be protected? Stephen A., make sure you're taking copious notes here. Okay, Olu Fashanu on one side, okay? Armand Membu on the other, Joe Tippmann at center. I know I have good protection. Then I keep Breece Hall. I either sign him or I tag him with Garrett Wilson and Mason Taylor. That's a really solid group of young skill players. So I know I'm protected. I have a veteran play caller in Frank Reich. And again, I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins, but what I am saying, I think Kirk Cousins could resurrect his career and be productive for the Jets, given the fact that they have a really good offensive line and young skill players.
I actually don't hate this take. I kind of agree with this. S.A. hates it, though, I can tell. Go ahead, Stephen A.
Kirk Cousins on that turf in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? Absolutely not. Kirk Cousins in New York, in that market, are you insane? You know what, Mike T? I mean, you're something special, man. You're something special because, you know, no matter what he says, Dan, I can't get over it. It's impossible not to love this man. It's just impossible, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what craziness comes out of his mouth, you just find yourself saying, damn, I love that Mike T. I really, really do. He's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Why is that crazy?
You can't bring Kirk Cousins.
Why is that crazy?
First of all, the New York market alone, you don't want Kirk Cousins in there. No. I mean, he barely, man, listen, you saw what happened with him in Atlanta? You saw what happened to him when he got benched? You remember when he used to, you like that, you like that? He ain't said that in a long time, has he? He ain't said that in a long time because he hasn't had a reason to, okay? Let's get that out the way. Want to hear about no Kirk Cousins in New York City with the media capital of the world, prone and the injury issues that he's had as well? Oh, no, you don't want that. The name that I'm going to come up with a Darnold-like impact on a new team, but, well, listen, I don't really have a name because I was going to bring up Bryce Young, but that ain't a new team. That's him still staying in Charlotte. I believe in the kid, and he has shocked the living hell out of me because he's so tiny, I didn't think he could last in the NFL this long. But he certainly made a liar out of me and give props where props is due, where he is concerned. I would look at it from that standpoint. It's not a guy going to a new team. It's him on his same old team. But I think about the Darnold kind of impact as he continues to ascend. That's the name that comes to my mind.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though. I'm going to tell you a story. Let's go back to 2008, and Brett Favre was trying to decide between being traded to the Buccaneers and John Gruden and to us at the Jets. And John Gruden says to Brett Favre, you go to New York, you're going to practice in Times Square, you're going to hate it there. You could call it Brett Favre today. He had a great experience. If he didn't get hurt, I think history would have ended differently. And my point is,
Mr. Levi Jeans, that's what you're talking about? Yeah. That's probably when he started marketing himself better. When he got to New York City, you know what I'm saying, get some money. And you did not mention Brett Favre and Kirk Cousins in the same breath. You didn't just do that, Mike T, did you? You didn't just do that, did you?
I'm just telling you, we could get Kirk Cousins to the Jets. He would have a great year. He'd be well protected, and he has a lot of people to get the ball to.
The Jets have had 11 different starting quarterbacks since 2020. Listen, It's not something that they're unfamiliar with and adding another quarterback. And add 12 to the list. Go ahead, Gross. What you got?
I don't think this is in the top 10 craziest ideas I've ever heard Mike T express on television. So he's right about the protection. Okay. My answer on his question, though, is Mac Jones, because he's coming from the same rehab program that Sam Darnold was in a couple of years ago. People remember Darnold in Minnesota, but the year before that, he was the backup in San Francisco, working with Kyle Shanahan and that coaching staff. Mac Jones actually started 8 games for the 49ers this year, and they won 5 of them. So he might be even more advanced than Darnold was coming out of his year in San Francisco. He played well at the tail end of the previous season in Jacksonville. You're going to have to trade for Mac Jones. He's under contract with the 49ers for 1 more year. But if you can do that, I think you have a still young player who's shown enough in the league, and you have proof of concept with him coming out of San Francisco, where they rehabilitated Sam Darnold's career and sent him off to Minnesota and eventually Seattle, that I think you can have some belief that, yeah, maybe he's a different player than he was when things didn't work out in New England.
Because Mac Jones seems kind of like this biggest sure bet there is. Out there is Kyler Murray, Tua Tagovailoa. Neither of these guys we think could make an immediate impact.
Not Tua. No, Tua is a one concussion away from ending his career. No, I'd say Kyler Murray, but Tua, no.
I'll say this. I know it's not the exact question. I think whoever goes to Minnesota, when we talk about Sam Darnold and getting to the Super Bowl, I think that's a Super Bowl roster away. Look, I like J.J. McCarthy. He's obviously had trouble staying healthy. But if we talk about Mac Jones, we talk about Kyle Murray. If the right quarterback winds up in Minnesota, I think they have a chance to go on a meaningful run.
Okay.
See right here, see right there. What Mike T just did, right there. Ladies and gentlemen, he just said he liked Mike McCarthy. He just said he liked J.J. McCarthy. What's there to like about J.J. McCarthy right now? I'm not putting an end to his football career. He will have
10 games.
But
He played 10. He played 10 games in his career, so we're ready. So 10 minutes ago, we're talking about being patient with quarterbacks.
I didn't say the guy can't play. I didn't say he's finished. I didn't say he was going to have an awful career. All I said was, in the moment, what is there to like about J.J. McCarthy? This ain't the day to be saying we like J.J. McCarthy. Sometime next year, yes. This right now, this ain't the time to be saying you like J.J. McCarthy, okay? Get that out your mouth. That's just it, Mike T. See, this is what it is. And he finds a way to say something. He's unbelievable, Shay. Mike T is one of the nicest guys on the planet, because no matter how awful you are, he will find something nice to say about you. He really will. He really will. He'll have you believe in this hope.
It wasn't even the J.J. McCarthy. It was like 5 minutes ago you said they should sit players and they should have patience, but you already said a new player should go to the Vikings. You did kind of... a little bit of a double standard there, Mike T. We'll talk about that in the break, though.
Yes.
Let's coming up on First Take. Are we picking the Thunder to win the West or the Fields? We have a take coming up that you absolutely do not want to miss. More First Take after this.